好，一个和 media。我没看。如果你没有这样东西会打对。没事，我收到。
Okay, so you guys also have
可以抽。
当时情况一两个月以后再看个别的东西。
Do I know you? Do I know you, Minister?
Sorry, media people. Hi there. Media's good too. Thank you. Thank you. You're taking pictures?
Yes.
Where are you?
Yeah. From York region.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll give you mine in the meantime. How's that?
Thank you.
Thank you. Sush me.
Wow. Standard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Media partners.
Thank you very much.
Hi, long time no see.
It's been a while. How about you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, good to see you again. It's a long time. We've been.
Good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Looks like you. It is you. It is you.
My brother.
He's your brother.
My twin brother.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, you're the suit. Actually, where's
Yeah, your Chinese.
it's all framed, and it's the first thing people see when they come into my office. All right. My colleagues are. Oh, Sue's here. How are you?
So we are not going to wait or hang. Actually, we can.
I think Con is on the way.
So as welcome everybody here to make your afternoon here. I think people make a big effort to come all the way from everywhere from the city to this part of Scarborough. As usual, the Confederation of Greater Toronto Science Business Association has been hosting this the third seminar, post-budget seminar, and we really like to see more the impact of the budget after the release. So every year with the cooperate and assistance from the ministry, and we have a UN East, always welcome that our Minister of Mid-Time to join us every year. So make it short, I would like to get our president. Confederation was formed 25 years ago with 4 business associations. You can see we have Mississauga Science Business Association, Scarborough York Region Science Business Association, and Toronto. And the other ones called Richmond Hill, Markham Richmond Hill Ward. And because we have the name review bill, so the banner is not here yet. So that's why the banner is missing. So the new banner will come soon. So right now I would like to introduce the president from each of the CBA to make a really short, maybe half a minute of speech, talk about and welcome. So we'd like to have our lady from Mississauga to say a few words. Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, do you remember me?
Of course.
Mississauga Chinese Business Association. Welcome you, and thank you for the opportunity that we can share our concerns and ideas with you. Looking forward to have a very fruitful hour of your time.
Thank you. So we'd like to have the Andy Chan from Markham, Richmond Hill and Ward.
Good to see you again. So as Ben had indicated, we had just recently filed articles of amendment that amend our name and update it to Markham, Richmond Hill, and Vaughan to cover those 3 regions in the York region. So you coming here today, covering off Markham, or covering off our association, covering off Scarborough, Toronto, Mississauga, you pretty much covered off most of the Chinese community and many of the concerns that came out of the budget. Concerns and ideas and things that look quite fulfilling and promising. So we look forward to speaking about that today.
Thank you. Mr. Catherine Holmes, the president of the Scarborough York Region Science Business Association.
So, Mr. Welcome to the seminar, and this is the third year. And from Scarborough, we have Johnny So, who is the immediate past president, and also Grace as the vice president to be presenting us to this seminar. So we would like to tell you how much we love the budget, and also we would like to hear from you about the budget, some issues from the budget.
Good. Okay, we'll have Charles from Toronto Transportation Association.
I am from the Toronto Transportation Association. Well, our is that after you announce the budget, and then we have many business people and also the business owners about some questions about the budget. So I think that this time is a very good opportunity for us sitting together and listen to some business owners and what they thought and how we respond to our budget. This is a good opportunity for all of us sitting here. Thank you.
Mr. Charles Matusa, the Minister of Finance, to tell us what made him to make this budget and how this budget impact us and what he looking forward to this budget. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. I do want this to be interactive so that we can have give and take. I'll preface my remarks by saying a few things that are in the budget, things that you already know, but this is an opportunity for me as well. It's important for us to hear back from the community directly on the things that we're putting forward. This budget was made after tremendous amounts of consultations, probably the most consultations I've ever done. And I've been in government now, so I'm coming into my 10th year, and I've always participated. Sue participated heavily in the Finance Committee in lead up to this. We had over 80,000 submissions. And it was for me, I'm very proud of the document, not only because we balanced the budget, but we've done so in a progressive manner, so as not to put in harm's way the things that matter, healthcare and education and social programs that all of us depend upon. Investing heavily in education, skills, and training. We still are investing substantive amounts of dollars, $190 billion over the next 13 years in infrastructure, highways, bridges, roads, and public transit. But we're also trying to do our best to be competitive. In order for us to have those job creations that we're proud of, and Ontario has outpaced the rest of Canada and the G7 and the OECD in economic growth and job creation, it's about business. So we have to ensure that we keep our businesses competitive by maintaining lower taxes as we put forward and finding some supplements and some enablement through reduction of red tape and other matters. That is a third piece of our budget. There's 4 pillars. That's the third one. Business growth and initiative and competitive business climate is a big part of it. And the last part is ensuring that we're fair. Fair with social programs, ensuring that we provide for hospitals. Over $11.5 billion more has been put into this budget to support hospitals over the next 10 years, including more operating funding. Education is receiving $9.5 billion more to provide for more schools. The net increase in schools, I can't recall the number, it's in my binder, but I know it's over 300 more that we're putting forward. ODSP and OW and basic pilot, income pilot, those are things to keep our society a little bit more even keel. But of course, one of the things that we're really proud of in that last piece is universal health care and expanding universal pharmacare for people under 25 years of old. And that's all medicines, complex drugs as well. No copay, no deductible, and free for all those who are involved. We have free tuition also for 210,000 more students going to school in September, which I think is critically important. And all that while monitoring. Today I met with S&P, rating agencies. I met with Moody's, S&P, DBRS, Fitch, all of whom are looking at what are these numbers and how substantive, how able are we to achieve the results that we set forward. They're all very positive because we've overachieved what we said we would do. And we're doing these progressive measures while still balancing this year, next year, and the year after. So it's important to have a sustainable fiscal plan that enables us to achieve the things we need and want while being with great integrity because of future generations. They're the ones that ultimately we're trying to support. But demographics are changing. We are getting older. And that's putting some pressure on our healthcare, and we need to ensure that we are able to sustain it. Retirement planning is also something that we've done. We've worked hard in this budget in terms of expanding CPP enhancement and enabling us to foster ways to save and protect ourselves going forward. That provides confidence as well as disposable income by seniors as they get older. So the things that I measure, the things that keep me awake at night, is our debt to GDP. It's our debt to revenue. It's our ability to control spending within the confines of our operating, because you do not want to borrow money to cover your operating costs. You're in business, you want to maintain your expenses, and you want to fund your expenses based on your revenues, right? So that you don't borrow for those. But I don't mind borrowing for investment, for capital engagement. So things that we can amortize over the next 25, 30 years that provides competitiveness. Those capital engagements and improvements are essential for our well-being. And I think of things like high-speed rail. The members of the Chinese community and those abroad have already come forward to try to foster an AFP or a P3 model for those investments. Our debt to GDP is now lower than we anticipated it would be, and it's continuing to taper down. Just to give you an example, it's about 37.2% in Ontario versus 54% in Quebec versus 80%, 90% in France. In Germany, it's about 60 or 70%. So we're doing much better in that regard. So our ability to afford debt is important. Our debt to revenue is also an important number. S&P looks at 270% as being a critical number. We're already low. We're at 220, 210. So the rating agencies and the investor groups that I talk to overseas are very positive on our outlook. Independent economists have all said that Ontario will continue to lead Canada, and foreign direct investments is growing, and we are continuing to top all jurisdictions in North America for those kind of investments. Those create jobs, those create confidence. And of course, a big part of that is our strong judicial system, our strong public education system, our strong universal health care system. Those three things are doing very well, and it creates a lot of confidence. We'll talk about housing, I'm sure, today around this table. And I'm going to be doing a housing summit tomorrow. There's a whole day with Oriya and Pro from the renters group. Steve Paikin will be doing an hour and a half with me on a fireside chat. And we'll talk about our fair housing plan, our 16 measures that we put forward. Many of the public and even Oriya are now saying they'd like to see that as part of the platform of all three parties as we proceed forward. But it's not partisan stuff for me. This is all about protecting our sustainability of our market, ensuring that we continue to attract investment, and ensuring that we don't crowd out families who are trying to buy, and to help young families get into the marketplace as well. But there's a lot of equity that's been established in our housing system, so we need to foster ways to protect that without having unintended consequences of the decisions we make. But I need supply, and we want to bring more supply in the mix. So I think I'll save that for our discussions and our talk. But I think on the most part, I think that I could talk about some of the transformations that we're making as well as a government. A government can't stay still. We need, and I've been transforming and completely revising our regulatory system to ensure that we are more permissive. We have a tendency of prohibiting everything and putting like roadblocks, especially with technological changes that are coming. We have to embrace it, we have to foster ways to engage in it so that we can be more competitive, and we're doing that in some of the measures that we've done. I've done some measures around capital markets, and we can talk about that, those who are involved in financial planning, and with regards to the Ontario Securities Commission, with regards to fiscal, all those things I have been trying to improve upon and expedite, making them more effective. And again, with a national securities regulator, it enables us to access capital in a more efficient way. So we're working hard on those initiatives as well. But ultimately, I want us to do all of it in a fiscally responsible manner that enables us to balance while still being progressive, enable us to do what governments are there to do. And that's to help people who need it most and to ensure we share that prosperity. So with that, we'll do a round table, or
yes.
just
no, with the round tables.
We just do ask questions.
Yes.